Right, welcome back to Tales from the PowerAge. How you doing, guys? You well?
Yeah, good. Cheers, Dale.
Good, mate.
Yeah, excellent. So we are going hard metal tonight. We're talking about Megadeth and Pantera. Countdown to Extinction, tour and album 1992. So, as always, if you've not seen this before, give us a like, give us a subscribe, get involved in the comments. If you were at this tour, whether it's Hammersmith Odeon or anywhere else on the tour, whether it was in the UK or the States, Canada, or around the world, let us know your memories. Get involved. But before we kick off, we do this for free. And we do this for the love of heavy metal and hard rock. But if you want to show your appreciation, you can as well, and you can buy us a beer. So that would be much appreciated because the stocks are running low. Anyway, let's move on to the tour. So I think the press ads first, Gav. Do you want to kick off with those?
Yeah, we're in an era where there weren't many for whatever reason. These are the press ads I found for the album, Countdown to Extinction. They're the UK ones anyway. The other one is 4 masterpieces, which are the catalogue. Not even all the catalogue, is it? It's just the last 4. And our little strange man, who looks like the guy off Goodnight LA from Magnum. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, very good. He looks like the dude off of Life of Brian.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. Looks a little bit like. Yeah. So the first Megadeth album isn't in the masterpieces. I wonder why they left that.
No, it's not in there. No.
Yeah. Any idea where they left it off, Gaps?
Not at all. No clue.
If you know, let us know.
It didn't have the correct logo, did it? But that's a minor point.
It may be because the first album wasn't on Capitol Records, whereas all these 4 are.
That is 100% what it is. There you go. You nailed it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So there are a number of singles.
So yeah, I just put in the UK singles because that's what we normally do. There's quite a few of them actually. Again, in the 90s, I don't think we all noticed singles as much as we did in the 80s. So I wasn't really aware of these, and I didn't buy any of them. What about you guys?
No, did I? No, not at all. Once I'd got the album, I didn't really care about the singles.
I think we know these singles in this era because of the videos. Because I remembered most of these videos from when we were starting to see on NTV and late night UK TV, Sweating Bullets and Skin of My Teeth and stuff. So yeah, that's maybe singles were more important as videos in this era. But yeah, I didn't pick up any of these. Probably most of them were CD singles as well, rather than 12.
That's the other thing. That's what I was just thinking.
But I think they picked the best songs probably in their defense. So it was
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's go.
Sorry. Shall we have a look at the album then and have a chat through the standout tracks, Jam?
That's a tricky one because this is one of my favourite records of the time. They're all awesome. I could go into depth on any single one of them, but there's so much to offer. It starts off brilliantly just with the initial. Literally the drums and Skin of My Teeth comes in straight away, and it's like you know exactly where this record's coming from and where it's going. Dave's is so aggressive. His lyrics, his vocals are feels so angry to me through this, which I loved at the time. It's 1992. Even the ballad, should we call it that? Foreclosure of a Dream, because it starts off a little bit quiet.
Starts off a little bit ballady, doesn't it?
Yeah.
At the beginning, because it's got some rich, harmonious guitars, but it's just brilliant. I could wax lyrical about this all day long. Highlights for me, I would probably say Symphony of Destruction, as I said, Foreclosure of a Dream, Love Architecture. I'm doing a gap here. Love Architecture of Aggression. Countdown.
Doing a gappy.
Listing every song, but Countdown to Extinction. Countdown to Extinction has got such a great chorus for me. I love that. It really brings it all together. But yeah, there isn't a weak song on the album, in my opinion. And I think we'll talk about the production in a second. I just think it's second to none. It's so crisp. It really excited me at the time. I wasn't a massive Gappy. Gappy was the Megadeth fan amongst us. He always had that harder element of metal that he was into, and he loved Megadeth so much. And I kind of liked them. I enjoyed seeing them. I'd seen them a few times, but this album actually picked me up, and I then got on the wave of this one. That's my initial thoughts. Just loved it.
From my perspective, it was the production that hit me. Like you say, Jam, it was much cleaner and more direct, and I think probably the songwriting and the riffage was more direct as well. I don't know if they were doing a Slayer Seasons type vibe where they slowed down a bit and gave it some breathing space, but it worked for me. I thought this was bloody brilliant, and maybe also because the lineup was stable for once. You know, that they'd always changed members up until this point, but this was the second album with the consistent lineup, and that probably helped because they'd already probably done a tour cycle. It got more, you know, in sync with each other, and you know, it probably is the classic lineup, isn't it, Gaps?
Yeah.
They were just so great, and I'm not normally a massive soloist fan. I'm more interested in everything else, but technical playing on this is immense. The guitar solos are so good. So all round, a thumbs up, I'd say.
But Gav, you just hit. Then I know we'll come on. Gaps will jump in there, but it's been left to. They've let it breathe. You know, you just said there. It's what they've left. They've left out. You can actually hear everything and feel everything. You can feel the metal of it so hard. But I think, as you said, the guy producing it, he's done a brilliant job, and he's left the breathe. It's been able to breathe, which means we can hear it all. And of course,
it was Matt Norman of Ozzy Osbourne fame.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like an Ozzy production at all, does it?
Well, I'll come on to that in a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, I love the playing. I love the slowed down songwriting. Just made it heavier for me in some respects, and probably better for arenas, which they were moving to.
Well, Dave says it's his favourite album.
Oh, does he?
Dave Mustaine, yeah, he absolutely adores this record. For me, I mean, it was how can you produce another album after my favourite album of all time, Rust in Peace, and which only had 8 songs on it. This one's got a few more. It's got 11 on this one. But it's a fantastic record. But I thought the production on this was a little bit too clean for me after Rust in Peace, which Mike Klink did. There wasn't enough reverb and stuff that I like anyway.
Yeah. But
song-wise, as Jam said, it kicks off with a fantastic little drum solo and into Skin in My Teeth. But you got a couple of songs on this, which is why I think you guys like it a bit more, which aren't really in the same style that Megadeth did, like Skin in My Teeth and High Speed Dirt. They're very, very different from what they used to do. It's got 2 of my favourite songs on of all time, Sweating Bullets, which is one of the greatest songs they've ever written. But as Jam attested to earlier, Dave's spitting and snarling lyrics on some of these songs are just absolutely amazing. But also he chucks in, he's so good vocally on this album. Is probably his best performance ever. He actually sings on this record, and it's just immense. Everything about this record is good. Ashes in Your Mouth is a standout. Captive Honor is so good with the judge speaking his lyrics at the beginning. It's just so cool. Countdown to Extinction is a proper Megadeth song. This Was My Life, another great track, absolutely brilliant. Honestly, there isn't a bad record on this album. It's so good.
And they still play two or three of these live today, don't they? In terms of
Sweating Bullets, they still play. Symphony of Destruction. That's pretty much it these days, I think.
Countdown to Extinction, they play that as well, don't they, occasionally?
I haven't seen them play that since the 90s, to be fair.
Maybe I was imagining that. Sorry, Gav.
They should do Skin in My Teeth. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But interesting, Gaps, you as a proper... the fact that me and Gav very much until the fact we've sort of got more on board with this one because of the cleanness of the production. And I had a car. Obviously, I was working at this point. I never went to uni, but I was working inside a car. I had this on CD in my car on the CD with my Pioneer speakers. It just was. I'd end the day of working 9 to 5, putting up with whatever the man put my way, and I'd put this on in my car, and I'd just.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jammo, we listened to this record non-stop all the way to Donington 92. That's all we listened to was this record.
Yeah.
And when you know what car they were in, that was a long time listening to that record.
It was a Vauxhall Astra.
There you go. Anyway, shall we just one thing before we go to the program. I don't know if anyone's got a program, but hopefully you've got one, Gav. But this was kept off #1 in the States by. Does anyone know who?
No.
When the album was released. So it shifted 128,000 copies apparently in the first week, and it was kept off #1 by Billy Ray Cyrus.
That's right. Yeah,
Oh,
Dave's
wow.
mentioned that before. Yeah, he said
Yeah.
he was so
Wow.
gutted that he wanted to have a #1 album, and that album, The Achy Breaky Heart, came off, kept him off #1.
That was his best chance.
Yeah, but that was massive at the time, wasn't it? That was massive, that achy breaky heart thing.
And now he's Liz Hurley's squeeze.
And he's got long hair.
And there you
What, Dave Mustaine?
go.
Hello, me.
Billy Ray Cyrus is going out with Liz Hurley.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, well done.
Jesus.
Respect. Yeah.
Let's go to the program and the press ad.
No, I none of us got this program because when I was doing the research, I can't remember seeing that image even.
No.
But it's pretty cool. You know, they were doing the whole Iron Maiden keeping to the mascot, unlike the album cover.
Yeah.
Which is odd. But I don't know where they were going with the album cover. Do you know the concept behind it, Gaps?
No, not at all.
No. You're not going to be able to get Life of Brian out your head now, though, are you?
Get off my juniper berries.
But looking at that, how did Cambridge Corn Exchange get in? I mean,
I know. I noticed that earlier. It's brilliant, isn't it? I
But
imagine it's not a very big venue.
No.
It's quite big. It's a brilliant. It's amazing. The one great thing about Cambridge Corn Exchange is anyone that's been there, it's got quite a high roof. So the acoustics, the sound is brilliant. Small balcony, but it's huge floor.
Right.
So, it's a great venue. Really
And
good.
sponsored
Look at
by
that as well.
MTV and Headbangers Ball.
Pool Arts Centre.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just nuts.
But again,
And
awesome.
yet 2 nights at Hammersmith Odeon.
Yeah, but the fact that
Mental.
the fact it was Birmingham NEC, but we then got 2 nights at Hammy O instead of a Wembley Arena. Just imagine.
Yeah.
Superb.
Yeah, that's quite unusual, isn't it?
Well, it's at times like that you wonder how who has the say so, because Hammersmith Odeon was just seismic, wasn't it? It was just awesome. It was just legendary.
It was the mecca for
People love
metal
to play
bands.
it. People love-
You're right. And I think American bands would want to play there rather than Wembley, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
At least initially.
yeah,
Iron
especially
Maiden and Motorhead, especially Motorhead.
yeah.
Now, I was at Birmingham, though, at the time. There was big gap between Hammersmith Odeon size venue and the NEC. So really the only other venue anywhere near that size in Birmingham at the time would have been the Hummingbird, and that only held 1,500, 2,000.
Wasn't there
What
the
happened to
Birmingham-
Birmingham Apollo though? Because they
It was closed by then, so they were pedestrian lights in New Street. And I think they've done it before that. Yeah, I mean, if you're from Birmingham, I remember exactly what happened. But that was turned into a cinema, and that was probably even before I moved there, Gav. So it wasn't, the Birmingham Apollo.
So that would have been the one they would have done. That's what Magnum needed to do.
Yeah. So that wasn't the venue. So the venues in Birmingham at the time, certainly for metal and rock, were Edwards No. 8 for the smaller venues and smaller bands,
or a curtained off NEC.
Pearl Jam, and then you had a big run straight to the NEC. But
mind you, that's probably why Pantera was probably a good idea. Sell those extra tickets.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the tour T-shirts.
None of us got them, I don't think.
No.
Can't understand why.
If I had to choose one, I'd get the egg timer and the tour dates out of this lot.
Yeah.
I think the other two had the same back. They had that.
Oh, we know that I bought this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all bought that one.
Well, you say you bought them, but I mean, we know I bought mine because I've got it on. But
I bought it.
Well, whatever. I don't remember that.
I've got a picture of me eating Christmas dinner in my Pantera vulgar display of power
Oh,
T-shirt.
Where's that?
I haven't got it here, but I have got one.
Well,
There's
you
no
can supply
evidence.
that. You can supply that proof at some stage.
We'll put it on X and Facebook when he actually coughs up that picture, people.
Yeah.
Until then, I got the T-shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. let's have a look at the ticket, which anyone that remembers the time, those tickets were no different to the cinema tickets at the time. They were so disappointing, weren't they?
Bloody dreadful. We hate these tickets.
Dreadful. It's terrible.
But yeah, we were front of the circle and we all went together. So that's a pretty good place to be at Hammersmith.
To be honest, I've only just noticed.
View.
I hadn't noticed that before, that there was a period. I didn't realise that Odeon Hammersmith, and it had already on the ticket an Apollo Leisure Theatre, because then it's changed to the Apollo. I didn't realise that was on the same ticket. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Fair play.
92.
£12 for your ticket as well.
A lot of money back then.
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah.
I tell you what, P. McIntyre, he must be a rich man by now, mustn't he? He's on all those tickets from back then.
Yeah.
Was it Phil? I think it was Phil, wasn't it?
Phil McIntyre, yeah.
But we were row C, Hammersmith Circle. That's a good place to be.
Yeah, it is.
And pretty central, 45 seats in.
If you don't want to be in the mosh, which we can come
Which
to that
we
later with
wouldn't.
Pantera.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, talking about the band that were really up and coming at the time. The album was out, Jam, you said February.
So we saw Pantera support Judas Priest in March 91 at Hameo on the Painkiller tour. And then the Vulgar Display of Power came out in Feb 92. And then, of course, they were then named to be us to see them at Hammy again, supporting these in September. So everyone had quite a while to digest that album, which I think we'd all digested it pretty well.
Very much so.
Well, I got it when it came out. I'm pretty sure Gav and Jamie got it when it came out. I got it on tape.
Yeah,
because that's what I was doing in those days. I was just
I got it on CD. I don't know if that's.
Does anyone remember anything from the gig?
I think, I remember they had a massive backdrop with their faces on. The other thing about I used to put the stickers of, sorry, there we go. So if anyone knows that little local record store, it's quite cute, but that's still there. So I played full whack.
Just think about that. That was what, 33 years ago, and I just bought that CD for £7.99.
Yeah.
So 12. What was the ticket? It was £12 for the CD.
49p more than the ticket.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, can you imagine that now?
Yeah. 25 quid for the vinyl, 200 quid for the ticket.
Yeah.
I was a massive Megadeth fan, as everyone knows, but I was really, really going to this gig because Pantera were playing.
Yeah.
Well,
it's the only time I've ever seen them. I'm so happy to have seen Dimebag Darrell live. And
we were all on the Pantera train, weren't we? By then, we all bought tickets.
But Gil, when you said when we saw them support Priest, I didn't really know them, but I just remember seeing them and thinking, "Wow, they're awesome, they're really cool." Typical Priest, because Priest always seemed to get really good support bands, proper decent metal support bands. But the difference was, I think, seeing them the following year that we all had the album, so we knew all of their music, which we hadn't before. So I think that's probably why it blew us away even more. It's nothing quite like seeing a support band that you're rooting for and that have got an absolute steaming album out. I think that was a big difference, and it felt like that at the time, didn't it? At the gig, it's like holy. It's almost like it was a big deal.
I just remember it being, when they came on, it was just absolutely mental, and. Being a Megadeth fan, I thought, Jesus Christ, how are they going to follow this? Yeah. How are they going to follow it? Because it was so good. It was so good. Everyone was into it.
Yeah,
we've all seen support bands where you're not really into it and you're just waiting for the main band to come on. But this was totally different. Totally different. Everyone was going nuts.
I think they're one of the bands where you just got that overwhelming feeling of, God, they're on it. They've really got something here, and every member of the band had their own individual personalities. But as a cohesive band, they were brilliant as well. Phil was a great frontman and a great singer, and you don't even need to say anything about Dimebag or Vinny, or Rex. They all had their own thing going on, and because it was effectively a three-piece musical.
Exactly. The way they did the stuff with no guitar track behind the solos and everything was just.
That's what I mean. They were
like Van Halen.
Yeah, well, it is
mental.
Guitar and drum brothers.
Love that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And obviously they loved Van Halen, and that was a big influence on them.
Yeah.
But I think this was their
this
for another year and a half, 2 years was their peak period for me. They were just so bloody brilliant. And obviously, if you see the Moscow Peace Festival footage, I can't remember what year that was, but it was around this time. Oh,
yeah,
immense. But before I forget, I want to show you Prize Possession. Oh, fully signed in gold pen. Mouth of War 12-inch.
Very cool.
And then with the
Now, for those
It
of you
wasn't from that. It wasn't from that gig though, Gav. When was that?
No,
from?
it was a year later, and I never met them. This was I was working for the record company, and I was dealing with record shops, and they said, "Oh, we got Pantera coming here. Do you want something, Gav? I know you love them." So, do I? So they were at an HMV, and he got it signed for me.
oh, fair play to him.
Oh, brilliant.
Now, Gav said earlier he'd never sell it, but we did go through some prices, and he did come to the price that he might consider selling it for. So, if you want to buy it, put it in the comments, and we'll get in contact with you.
I was in the hundreds, and I was really strong, and then I got a little bit weaker in the thousands.
Anyway, that's the set list and the memories from that. Let's go on to Megadeth set list from the night.
Oh, baby.
Not many songs, though, really.
It's a pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say no to this set list now.
No.
Did they play the songs you wanted off the album before, Gaps?
Off the album before?
Yeah. It's your favourite.
Well, they played Holy Wars, obviously, but that's and Hangar 18.
Those two.
Played Wake Up Dead, which is one of the greatest songs they ever did. Off of
Darkest Hour as well, isn't it?
No, Darkest Hour's off of So Far, So Good, So What. That's the tribute to Cliff Burton. That song.
You're right. Yeah, the one before.
But they played Ashes in Your Mouth, which is a strange one to do.
Deep
even though it's one of my favourites off the album. That's just such a great song. But it's the last song on the album that bands rarely play that. But the only one for me is because they played it on the tour I saw them before in '88 is Anarchy in the UK. I don't know. Maybe they only played that in the UK. I don't know.
Don't start him off.
We always have a little beef about this, don't we?
Yeah, this guy here. Gaffy, you didn't know. You just said.
I just don't understand. I mean, I bought the Anarchy in the 12-inch. Sorry, Anarchy in the 12-inch. Anarchy in the UK. I bought the Anarchy in the UK 12-inch when it came out, and yeah, it sounds all right. It's but they changed the lyrics, and it annoyed me.
I reckon they didn't understand what the lyrics meant, or that they thought they weren't.
Yeah, they don't say CUNT tendencies. They say something different, and it's just, no, it's not for me. But the others, Symphony of Destruction and Peace Sells as your encore.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, it's just two immense songs. And they play Lucretia, which is one of my favourite songs off of So Far, So Good, So What, which is a brilliant track.
Anything off the first album? There's not, is there?
No, there's nothing off the first album. They don't play Mechanics. They don't, which is pretty much the only one they play these days.
It's Mechanics.
Mechanics, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's because when it's got rattling on about he wrote every Metallica riff for the first 5 years, but he didn't.
I think it's you have to correct me if I'm wrong, everyone in the comments, please. I think Mechanics is the one Dave wrote, and they turn it into the Four Horsemen. I think it's that one.
Yeah. But he has got credits. Actually, got credits on quite a few of the first album and some of the second album, and even.
But he always says they play it faster than Metallica play it.
It does get a bit tiresome hearing Dave going on and on about it all the bloody time. Yeah, we get it, Dave. You wrote some.
Yeah, the thing is, we wouldn't have had Megadeth if they hadn't kicked him out. So. Thank God they kicked him out.
That's what they were never as big as Metallica, so he's always got that resentment, hasn't he?
Yeah, but their
Yeah.
recent songs are so much better than Metallica's recent songs.
Oh yeah, he shouldn't have the resentment because he's made it on his own.
As an artist,
And he's a better songwriter than James Hetfield. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, we're going to have to talk.
Well, there might be a few people that would argue with
as
that.
an artist, it's a shame, though, isn't it? Imagine that. As an artist, you'd hope that he'd just be like, I don't care. I don't
His
care.
band. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, who cares about units sold?
Yeah.
But it's not.
He's not Skin, is he? Let's face it.
I don't know. Dave, tell us if you're skint or not. We wouldn't mind knowing.
Well, even the royalties off the Metallica, maybe that's what he's so pissed off about.
Yeah.
He looks at what they get versus what he
Dave
gets.
never did a Nothing Else Matters. It's always been true to his metal roots. Always.
Anyway, let's go to some lovely photos from the. Where did you pick these up from?
I just did screen grabs of a live video.
Oh, okay. Oh, they look great.
I think they're this era was when they looked the best as well.
Look at Marty's hair there. He's got the longest hair you've
Not
ever
that
seen in
that's
your
important,
life.
but it was important. Everybody looked bloody great, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know, all had their own kind of looks, and Nick had those cymbals that were on springs, which was pretty cool. You ever noticed that?
No.
Yeah, he had a rack above him, as you can see.
Yeah,
there,
you can see it now. Yeah, it's mental.
but they're all on springs, so they go whenever he hits a cymbal, they go mental. They don't just like relax like a cymbal would normally do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what a great lineup! Didn't they recently bring Marty back? Didn't he do some shows with them?
He's done a bit with Dave since, yeah.
Because there was a big rift for a while, wasn't there?
There was, yeah. But Marty went to Japan. He's fluent in Japanese.
Very cool.
But he's still my favourite guitarist of all time.
Yeah, seems like a good lad as well.
Oh, he's a great lad.
There you go. What came next?
Well, from the Pantera perspective, just 2 short years later, they went to #1 in America with this bad boy. And I think this was basically the cumulative effect of the last album rather than how good this album was, in my opinion. It's a good album, but it's not as good as the one before.
But it's even heavier, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and you've got to admire
so heavy.
Just the same as we admired Skid Row for having a massive commercial album and then deciding to go heavier. I mean, Pantera did that and on, you know, and the next album was heavier. The next album, let's make it less accessible as we go along. You know, that was their policy, which is fantastic, but less accessible for me too, in some respects, you know. But this one was still enough of the previous sound for me to love it. I really loved it, you know, especially the singles. But yeah, they were on fire, absolutely on fire. I can't remember how Euthanasia did.
It didn't do very well. It wasn't. It was. I mean, I like it.
I really liked it.
I know people.
I'm a Megadeth fan, but there's not enough soloing. There's not enough Marty on it.
I think
there's some good tracks, but it's not brilliant.
The fact I really liked it, I would expect, not being funny Gats, but that would mean it kept on that commercial route. Commercially it was. But you know what I mean? I really liked it, and that probably sums it up. It was less of your first 4 albums as opposed to. I really liked it. Personally, I spent a lot of time. I gave it a lot of airplay, but again, it was 1994. And it was a tricky time for metal and stuff, wasn't it? So great albums and great bands giving out great albums were fewer and further between. So I really liked that. I got it on CD. It sounded great again in my car. So I really enjoyed it.
I think that's exactly right, and a good point to make. There's Angus. Because Pantera had the edge because they were groove metal. They were kind of.
That's what I wanted to mention earlier.
Reversing
that
into
was the
something
first time we'd heard groove metal. It was
a new genre, so they weren't solid with this is thrash metal, this is heavy metal, this is hard rock. They were going, no, we're not with this.
No, they invented the groove metal genre.
So they could plow that furrow right down to #1, whereas Megadeth were probably being old school, nothing new, you know, and they'd probably wisely dropped Rivethead. What's his name? Rattlehead. They'd probably wisely dropped Rattlehead, but gone with arty covers that not necessarily a metal
Gone with
thing.
hanging babies on a washing
Yeah.
line.
It's more your dream theater than Megadeth, isn't it?
Well,
Yes.
that's
I
very
think
yeah.
that was
Good
mental.
shout.
Absolutely nuts.
So yeah, all this confusing stuff was going on at the time, but Pantera had it. Luckily, or they deserve it. They managed to nail it. And
They kept one of the best logos of all time, though. Look at that logo. It's immense.
Yeah, it did. Awesome. Well, that's Megadeth and Pantera. So I hope you enjoyed that. Some great memories back from 1992. If you want to see what we're up to, you can. We try and get out to as many gigs as possible. And we always normally take 1 or 2 vids and share them on this channel. So that's right away from really small venues up to huge venues. So check it out. There's loads of stuff on there. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And by the way, 3 million people can't be wrong. And as it says quite rightly, the #1 in rock and metal channel, which we attest to. Now, you can get in contact with us if you like. You can do that on all the socials. You can start on Facebook, on Tales from the PowerAge, or on X, on TTFTPR. We're on TikTok now, believe it or not. We're just trying to keep things real and trying to widen our audience. We're on Bluesky. We're on Instagram, on Tales from the PowerAge. If you want to buy some merch, there are some fantastic examples of merchandise which you can purchase at my spreadshop.co.uk, or you can check out a little bit more about us on www.talesfromthepowerage.com. Anyway, guys, look forward to seeing you soon. Angus has been knocking on my door. I think he wants his dinner, so that's why we'll probably better wrap this one up. Have a great evening, guys. Speak to you later.
Yeah, take it
Bye.
easy.
Cheers,
Bye.
guys.
Bye bye.
That was a good job, boys. Well done.
Yeah, that's right, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Exactly what you'd expect. It's metal.
Right.
Word.